Bob, would you stop here, please?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm going to walk.
But, ma'am, aren't you going to the...
I don't know where I'm going yet. My name is Karen Walker. And I'm an alcoholic.
Please keep for souvenir.
Thank you. To remind me of the most delicious and hard-to-eat meal I've ever had.
Oh, it just takes practice. Say, that's a quick cigarette.
Oh, they lose their taste after a while.
Here, try one of these.
How clever. Viceroy. Why should they be different?
Can't say. They always taste good. Taste never quits. Hey, you're forgetting your chopstick.
Oh, thanks. But I'm not forgetting Viceroy.
Uh-huh.
They're good.
Taste never quits.
If your cigarette runs out of taste, remember, Viceroy after Viceroy, king size or extra length Viceroy filter longs. Either size, the good taste never quits.
Good night. You know something? I'm simply feeling too good to go right back to work. You go ahead. I'm going to take a walk.
Mrs. Walker, I don't mind waiting.
Oh, no, no, no. I can take a cab. I might even walk all the way back to the showroom.
You sure you're all right?
You know, you should get in some walking, too, Bob. Instead of being cooped up in that stuffy car.
Yes, ma'am?
There's a man following me. Would you call the police?
Sure. Where is he?
I don't know.
Now, you just sit there. Nothing to worry about.
Lady with a fur coat, did you see her come in here?
Yeah, you know how to go. Down here at the bar. Must be out back.
There an exit back there?
No.
Don't serve her anything. She's a lush. Gets real sloppy. Thanks for your trouble.
You waiting? I'll get in line. Oh, no, I'm not. Look, would you do something? Make a phone call for me. To who? The police. Oh, no. It's okay. Don't call the police. I'll give you $50 to call a friend of mine.
Oh, that's beautiful. Beautiful.
Professor, it's late.
I know, Tony, but we've got to finish this Canadian report tonight. Now, once we analyze this hair, we're almost through.
Wonderful. To type a report. One of my greatest pleasures.
Tony, come here a minute. I want you to look at something. Come here. Come here.
Come here, take a look.
Isn't that lovely?
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Fellini will love it.
Oh, it's the other number. I forgot to put the answer tape on. Tony, would you go and get it? Please
Yes.
tell him we can't be disturbed and then come right back. We've got to hurry.
Yes?
I got a message for you from a lady. She's all shook up, kind of crazy like.
What message? I don't understand. Yes? What did you say? A lady in trouble, Professor.
Tony, would you get off the phone?
Yeah,
We've
I don't
got
want
work.
And she wants the professor. She wants who? Johnny. I see. And she said her sleep is showing. And she wants Johnny to go to the Algiers Tavern. Yes, the lady name, please. Karen Kent Walker. I do not know her. Do I? I mean, Karen Kent Walker.
Oh, no.
You know her.
Yes.
You passed the red light.
No, it was yellow.
No, it was red. I'm sure it was red. I never saw you do that before, Professor. I don't want to be too subtle, but this Karen Kent Walker makes you a little bit nervous.
It's personal, Tony.
Mm-hmm. If it weren't personal, I wouldn't be so interested in knowing.
Well, now, you must be the professor.
Johnny. Typical reunion, huh, Johnny?
Yeah, and your slip isn't showing, madam.
Oh, no. I'm on Shirley Temples these days, but I just had to get you here. I'll tell you about it.
All right, I suppose you do. Sit down.
Well, I wait here.
Tell me about it. What's this all about?
Well, I just kept asking myself now, what would a calm, strong, healthy lady do if she were being followed? But I don't know what that kind of a lady would do.
Sure you do. You called me.
First phone call after 15 years, that's not very normal.
Karen, who do you think was following you?
I don't know. Maybe it was just a lonely man and I'm still seeing spooks in the closet.
Well, that's easy to find out, Tony.
Yes?
Tony, this is Karen Kent Walker. This is Tony Novella, my associate.
Hello, Tony Novella.
How are you?
Tony, would you check outside and see if there's a man hanging around out there?
Sure.
Thank you.
Oh, I'm so sorry that I panicked, but I thought I was all through with that grimy world. Maybe if I weren't so wound up. But right now, what with business pressures and everything, I guess I'm kind of a mess.
For the next 7 minutes, I'm going to try and reassure you. Would you care to help me, madam?
Sure. Tell me that I'm too hard on myself.
You're too hard on yourself.
And that I'm stronger than I realize.
That's a fact I've always subscribed to.
That's right, you have.
Well, I looked outside. I didn't see anyone there.
Go no further. There was a man. He walked behind me and he came into the bar after me. That did happen. But I guess that sensible people just don't get all hysterical over something like that.
Well, I can understand why, Karen.
Of course you can. You've been there before with me. Anyway, old friend, maybe friend, I am so very sorry to have bothered you.
Come on, we'll take you home.
Oh, no, could you take me back to the showroom? I'd feel better working, and there's so much to do. Tomorrow night's our big one, showing the new line. You wouldn't want to come.
I love to.
Thanks, Tony. You come, and I'll prove to you that I'm not quite as dingy as I seem.
No. You're not dingy at all.
But Johnny isn't ordinarily interested in fashion shows, right?
Well, Karen, right now I'm involved with trying to finish a report that you wouldn't ordinarily be interested.
Hey, no explanation necessary. It's okay.
We'll be there.
Because everything I washed comes out cleaner, whiter, fresher than ever.
I'm glad because it even works on chocolate stains. I'm glad because my colored things come out so bright they downright sparkle.
It's new Fab, the only detergent with lemon fresh and borax and active enzymes to remove stains.
They're always doing something good to Fab, it's true. Oh, Fab, we're glad they put active enzyme, lemon fresh and borax in you.
Need somebody?
Get somebody with Halo. It's time you started to live. Get somebody with Halo. Halo's got body to give.
Today's Halo shampoo is rich and thicker than ever. So thick, it almost doesn't need a bottle. When your hair has body, you are beautiful, baby.
Get somebody with Halo. Halo's got body to give.
Oh, welcome to the show, Al Jager.
Good evening, Tony Novello. You know Professor Woodruff?
Pleasure, pleasure. Refreshments, gentlemen. We'll begin shortly.
Good evening. Hi.
Champagne?
Yes. What do you want?
Scotch and milk.
Sorry, sir. We're only serving champagne.
Nothing.
You got an ulcer, huh?
May I just decline the champagne, or is it necessary to submit to a complete physical?
Marvelous, great, charming. Talk to enough people. This place will be empty in no time.
Might be considered a public service.
John Woodruff?
Yes.
Karen asked me to bring you up. She'd come down, but she's busy with the models. Would you mind?
Not at all.
No one wants to see me?
Not that I know of.
If anyone wants, I will be here. Nice.
Yes, and then what? She left the bar, she went outside, and she got into a car with two men. There's the license number.
Please hurry.
Julie, could you give me an address?
Oh,
Excuse me.
is
Very
this all
sorry.
right?
Hey, young woman, you're asking a man who still clings to the notion that no well-dressed woman appears in public without a hat on.
Mr. Woodruff? Thank you very much, Helen. Here she is.
For a minute, you've been eating again. You must hate me for subjecting you to
Karen,
this.
almost everybody's here. Shall I line the
Oh,
guns?
this is my husband, Charlie. This is Professor John Woodruff.
How do you do?
The wisest man I know.
Well, I should resent that. But Karen's going to be such a sensation after tonight that I better stay on her good side.
I want to talk to Johnny. Could you call me when you're ready?
All right. Karen!
Oh, Johnny, have you met Al, my business partner?
Yes, sure, Matt. Excuse me. Did you invite Bernie here?
You wouldn't believe me.
Yes, I told him that I would talk to him, but not now, Bernie.
Oh, sure, you're busy. I'll go across the hall to my office and come back later. Karen, good luck tonight.
Thanks. Oh. You know what this reminds me of?
No,
I'll tell you what it reminds me of. One of the many cities that I went to pieces in is New York. And at Rockefeller Center, they have this statue of Atlas. And they have him holding this huge globe, the world. It fascinated me. And since I had no one else to talk to at that time, I talked to Atlas. I'd say, hey, Atlas, isn't that awful heavy? Wouldn't it be great to just heave the world away and stretch?
Hey, Atlas. Stretch a little.
Here. Catch.
Oops.
Oh.
No, it's all right. It's a little dented around Iceland, that's all. Otherwise.
Yes, I think Iceland even looks a little better dented.
Now that we've got that established, why did you ask me to come here tonight?
Well, I've got a lot of people rooting for Karen Kent Originals. I needed someone rooting for Karen.
You're on, baby. Hey, good luck.
Love.
We're about to start. Would you like to take your seat?
No.
Are you a buyer?
No. Are you?
No.
Amazing how much we have in common, huh?
Well, I'm Lila White, and you're going to see some of my clothes.
Really? Where are they?
Come.
Yeah. If the professor comes, tell him I went to see some clothes.
Wait a minute. Here we are.
I'm looking for Al.
He went toward the dressing area.
Oh. I suppose Karen wanted him.
Well, I only know where he went.
That's the wife.
Yeah.
Good evening. I'm Karen Kent Walker. Thank you for coming. Tonight's showing premieres our new line. We hope you'll find it exciting. Gigi? This excitement is typified by this crepe-back satin in an elusive stone shade. The funnel sleeves and soft draping suggest a medieval influence. It was designed for cocktails or semi-formal evenings, a style that didn't go over. Let's pull it from the line. Set up an afternoon meeting with Charlie, Al, and Lila to discuss a replacement.
Thanks for seeing me, Karen.
Well, Well, it's only to tell you that there's nothing I can do.
Sure you can. This is your place. Just drop the lawsuit.
You stole my designs, Bernie. You did do that.
Who did I hurt?
Well, for some strange reason, women were reluctant to buy my originals for $500 when they could get your copies all over town for $35.
$29.95.
I still can't figure out how you got my designs. We're pretty careful.
Trade secret. You had a great night tonight, Karen. A big future. Me, I'm out of business unless you drop the lawsuit. I can't buy a piece of cloth. They cut off my credit. They'll close me up. Let me up for some air, please. If you're willing to work something out, Karen. Anyway, I'll be in the office all night. You remember the place? Bernard's Fashions right across the hall. We make the best copies in the business.
A woman like that. How? How could you let her get away like
Tony,
this?
I've asked you repeatedly. Now, please, will
A
you
very
stop?
smart man like you. You understand nothing about women, nothing.
One thing I do understand, in all the years I have known you, and there have been many, since I first met you in Rome when you were a little boy stealing hubcaps.
Cleaning them, Professor, clean.
Cleaning stolen hubcaps.
No, only cleaning them.
And then 4 or 5 times a week, you wrote to me, didn't you? Actively asking my advice.
I was young and irresponsible.
And then later on, you came to this country. You knew 3 words of English, right?
Yes, I know. Teach me, Professor. But I don't see your point.
Well, my point is a very simple one. In all those years, I was never aware that you had a burning desire to run my life.
It's a new ambition. You know how I got it.
No.
But do you realize what does it mean to let a girl like that get away?
Tony?
We will talk more at home, huh?
No. We're going to work. We're going to the lab first, work on that Canadian hair report, then we're going home, and we're going to finish it tonight.
Oh, thanks, Elaine. Ask her.
Oh, Elaine.
You always say you'll ask her when the time's right. Now's the time. Oh, now, look, it's been a long day, and there's nothing I'd like better than to be home in bed. But you said you had to talk to me, so please talk.
Well, you know, Karen, while you were gone, getting away those 5 weeks.
Getting dried out. Don't spare me, please.
Well, I had my job and your job on my back. And I thought it was understood that I would get 10% of your shares. Well, the way it is now, if anything happens to me, Elaine's out in the cold.
And if anything happens to me?
Well, you got to think of these things. Charlie could bounce me out.
Oh, is that all? Charlie knows sales, and he can't run the plant. He realizes how important you are to the business. Don't worry about it. That's what Charlie tells you. Now you're going to tell me about my husband? What do you think Charlie's working on right now? The question is, what are you talking about? I am talking about what... No. Make that who Charlie is working on right now. Congratulations, Elaine. You poke around long enough, you're bound to hit raw nerve.
See you today.
No, Tony, no. Let's finish this up now while we're at it, huh? See if there are any messages.
The hours in the lab weren't enough, huh?
Professor, this is Kathy.
Professor, this is Kathy.
You know that book you gave Jeff on chemical theories?
Well, he was going to get it back to you, but he loaned it to me instead. I didn't think you'd mind. Good night.
Hi, Johnny. It's me, Karen. I want to talk to you, Johnny, but you're not there. It's all too much. Too much pressure. Too much for me, anyway. I just can't take it anymore. I've had it. If I can work up the courage. It's goodbye, Fred.
Someday, you'll probably smoke a cigarette that looks and tastes like this one. But why put it off? True is here today. Do it. Discover how True satisfies. Satisfies with good taste and reduced tar and nicotine. Shouldn't your brand be True today?
At Del Monte, when we decided to make the richest, best-tasting catsup in the world, everyone thought we were bluffing. They didn't think we could beat the taste of all other catsups. But it must have been in the cards, because now Del Monte catsup is one of our richest success stories.
Del Monte catsup, one of Del Monte's 174 success stories.
Ah, there you are. You're both wide awake. We've got a lot of work to do. It's evident I didn't wake you, Miss Gray.
Oh, no, sir. I brought some coffee. It just seems to be my automatic response to any emergency. I bring coffee.
Fine.
When my professor calls at 3 a.m., I bring a lot of coffee.
Well, you just set up the commissary. David, would you give me a hand? Plug this in, please. A woman's threatened to commit suicide. This is a tape of her last phone call. We're going to find her.
Yeah, how? By listening to this tape?
Exactly.
Oh, I read about that in your last journal. We're going to develop a sound montage.
No, I didn't see that one. Sound montage? How does it work?
Well, it works best with a minimum of conversation, David. Now, first, we're going to dub this tape onto this one. Now, let's listen to the voice quality.
Hi, Johnny. It's me, Karen. Johnny? Are you Johnny? Is she a friend of yours?
Is this to help, Kathy, or is it just curiosity?
Well, it's just curiosity, sir, but I mean, is this all you're going to do?
Well, I do what I do best, and the police do what they do best. They're working right now. Let's go, David. Sit down. All right, Kathy, I want you to work these two modulation knobs. I want you to watch this meter right here. All right, we'll turn this tape on, and we're ready to dub. Go.
If I can work up the courage, it's goodbye, friend. Forgive.
Okay, that's the last. So now we've cut out all her words.
All right, now we have a tape with just the background noises.
Right.
No words at all. All right, wind and play.
It was nothing. I can imagine how it looked to Karen when she came in and saw us. You know that girl, Lila? A man knows these things don't count. But to a woman, just a different species. Now, you're not saying much.
Here, drink.
I'm not a monk, but I like to think I've been a pretty good husband. I watched out for Karen. I took care of her. Like last night, she's always very nervous before the showing of a new line. I was afraid she'd fall off the wagon. So I hired a private detective to look out for her. Well, if you've got something to say, say it.
Charlie, what do you want me to say? Do you want me to agree to congratulate?
I don't know. I keep feeling you want to lecture me on morality.
No, no, no.
Okay.
What about stupidity? It wasn't smart to do your thing with the Lila in your wife's place of business, Charlie.
All right, it wasn't smart. It knocked her off the wagon, okay? Established beyond reasonable doubt, I am a bum. But Karen never threatened to kill herself before. It never got to that.
That's very dodgy, you know. It's very dodgy. It could be anything. There are masses of devices using bells.
Rewind, Kathy. Take it again.
That's an automobile.
Yes, of course it's an automobile, and it's got to be a public phone. No automobile would be that close otherwise. What's that bell?
The bell you hit when you drive in a gas station.
You're absolutely right. You know, you're right. Oh, wait a minute. There are thousands of gas stations in this city.
That's all right. Rewind, Kathy, rewind. Now, David, maybe we missed something last time. I want you to take out everything over 5,000 cycles.
All right.
Are you ready, Kathy? All right, play. What's that pounding noise?
It's like surf. It is surf, you know. It's surf.
Right, now we've narrowed it down to the few hundred all-night gas stations on the Pacific Coast Highway. Now, I want you to take the game up considerably this time. And, David, I want you to take out everything over 2,000 cycles. Do you understand?
Yes.
All right. Play.
Oh, yeah. I was busy with the car, but I saw a lady go to the phone. I didn't get a very good look at her. She was dressed like you don't dress to come to visit a gas station. One thing did make me wonder, though. She was on foot.
On foot? Maybe she has a friend in the area. Well, could you describe her?
No, sir, I was busy.
Thank you.
Professor. Good morning. We already met each other. Do you remember?
What do you want?
Well, Professor Woodruff...
Yes, I'm a friend of Karen Kent's, Mrs. Yeager, and, well, maybe we come in. I'd like to talk to your husband.
At 5 in the morning?
Yes, thank you.
You know, even Karen waits till Al's having breakfast before she bothers him.
Well, Mrs. Yeager, Karen's threatened to kill herself. We've got to find her before she does.
Yes, I know. The police called a couple of hours ago.
When was the last time you saw Karen, and where?
Here. About 11.
I heard your car. What's happened? Anything new with Karen?
No, we're looking.
We should never have left New Rochelle. I can't stand all this sickness. My head is busting open.
I think that's my wife's way of showing she feels a pang of guilt.
Guilt about what, Mr. Yeager?
Oh, excuse me. Hello? Yes, who's here? The police, the switchboard. They've got Karen on the phone.
Hello, this Woodruff. Well, can you switch her to this line? No, don't tell her about it. Just do it. Karen. Yes. Yeah, this is Johnny. I know. Well, I want to hear about it, too, but I want to hear about it in person. Tell me where you are. I'll be there right away. Now, Karen, please listen to me. Where are you? Let's see. No, Karen, you're wrong about... You're... Malibu Pier.
Professor, as her initials, we called her husband. It's hers. Where'd you find it? Pulled it over one of the pier railings.
How do we get down to the beach?
Right through this gate here, sir. Thanks, sir.
Tony, check up on the pier.
Yes.
I'll look along the beach.
Well, last year and this year I was in the dramatic club at school. And last year we did Lil Abner, and I played Mammy Yoakum. And about 2 weeks before the production, I found out about Arid Extra Dry. And I was pretty glad I did, because you have enough trouble worrying about lines and like that without having to worry about, oh, how do I look?
What's a spray deodorant got to do with the way you look?
It helps to stop perspiration, wetness. It helps to keep my clothes looking crisp, and they don't look wilted, and neither do I.
How about the other kind of spray deodorants you tried?
Well, they help to deodorize, but they didn't keep us dry. Arid Extra Dry helps do the whole job.
Do you happen to know why, Bobber?
Well, I know that it has some sort of extra something in it.
An anti-wet ingredient, aluminum chlorhydrate. Every day, use Arid Extra Dry. To be sure, help stop wetness.
Good morning, Professor. What's going on?
I burned the eggs.
What a beautiful day, eh? I had a dream last night. I dreamed of a princess in a white convert. She came and took me away. We lived happily for a little while because of you. You came into my dream. I saw you. You were starving, suffering malnutrition from forgetting to eat. Huh? What will become of you if I leave you? Careful. Bad for the stomach, cold coffee.
Oh, no, it's all right.
No, it's not all right. It's, here. Oh. Careful, careful, it's hot. I hope you are not foolish enough to blame yourself.
Not foolish enough to blame myself, Tony.
Then why do you?
Oh, it's my old problem. I can't ignore facts.
What happened? Just if you want to say, eh?
What happened? I suppose, first of all, we happened to each other, Karen and I. Karen was... Well, she was Karen, and I was a frighteningly responsible graduate student. Stuffy, I think, probably is a better word. I couldn't handle certain things, Tony. I remember one time we were invited to the head of my department's house for dinner, and Karen got drunk and took a swim in the fish pond. And then things like that began to happen with an awesome regularity, and I couldn't handle it, so I broke it off, and as people say, we lost touch. Then stories began to come back to me, unbelievable stories about her, and not once did I ever try to help.
And this time when she called you, you were willing to help her.
Out of guilt, Tony. Certainly, I was willing to give her a couple hours of my precious time to leave the warmth of my work and actually make contact with another living human being. I'm quite a fellow, all heart. Even my mind couldn't keep her from killing herself.
No. No, Professor. It was not a suicide. You can believe that.
Well, I do believe that, Tony.
Because you are mixed up, that's why.
How mixed up? A woman that I knew very well, an alcoholic. Her husband hurt her very deeply. A man that she adored, so she got drunk and she went over the ragged edge and killed herself.
No, that's not what happened, Professor. That's not what happened. Don't ask me how, but I know.
Well, I'm sorry, but I'm going to have to ask you how.
I don't know how, Professor, but that is not the kind of person who kills herself. I have just a different feeling. Go ahead with investigation and you will see.
Wait a minute, let me understand something. You want me to go on with this investigation because you've got a feeling?
Sure.
These are the tissue samples John wanted. Still don't know why he's interested in the case. Suicide, drowned herself.
Well, the professor would like to know what you established as the time of death.
Well, can't be definite. The temperature of the water retarded rigor mortis.
May I borrow your report?
Sure, closed case.
Thank you.
I'd like to show you around, but it's a 5 autopsy day. 2 down and 3 to go. Oh, sorry.
Thank you. It's disturbing you too, huh?
You notice her body? Yes. Perhaps not as much as it should, Tony. You know, truth may not be the most important thing in the world, but it's a good second best, and I've never discovered what was first. May I see that report, please? No marks of violence on corpse water detected in lungs. Death by drowning established. Medical examiner's conclusion, suicide. Tony, I hope that this is going to teach you never to pitch your instincts against good, sound, scientific evidence, because your instincts will prove to be right.
Why, Professor?
Well, there's water here, but it's fresh water, not salt water.
From where, Professor?
Well, I don't know from where. Bathtub, swimming pool, who knows, but it looks to me as though it was placed there about 2 to 4 hours before her body was found.
Then I was right. Someone moved their body after she was dead.
Well, that's a logical conclusion, isn't it? But it simply doesn't work, Tony.
Sure it doesn't work. She was alive half hour before we found her. She called you. We heard her voice. We have impossible, Professor.
What we have are 2 facts, mutually exclusive, both appearing to be correct. Can't work that way. If my chemical observations are correct, she couldn't have made those calls.
But she did make them.
Jeff, since you're our anatomy expert, what are the physical variations in the cranial cavity that have an effect on the human voice?
Well, depth of the vocal cavity, inner construction of the mouth, palate, nasal passages.
What about construction of the teeth and density, too, huh?
Yes, sir.
Now, what the spectrometer does, in effect, is transform the human voice into a graph here, and that graph becomes as individual as a fingerprint. All right, now I'm going to ask your help. Rama, if you will, take that, and I give you the word. You say something into the spectrometer.
My name is Rama Chilunkar, and I am from Bombay. I'm studying in the United States on a fellowship.
All right, fine. Thank you very much. Now, Since you're our dialectician, David, would you try and impersonate, best you can, Rama?
My name is Rama Chilungar, and I am from Bombay. I am studying in the United States on a fellowship.
All right, fine. I'll stop it just a moment. Here, now, here. Ah, yes, uh-huh. Yes, you see, David is the top one, and Rama's the bottom one. Emil, would you interpret this for us, please?
Well, David sounded to me very much like Rama. But the graph shows the voices are not the same.
No. See, there's a great variation, Kathy. I have some other tapes I want to play here. All right. Now, first, we're going to hear a recording of a woman's voice that was recorded on her transcription machine. Is this it? All right, fine.
It was designed for cocktails or semi-formal evenings, a style that didn't go over. Let's pull it from the line.
That's the same woman who threatened suicide.
Yes, David, that's what we're trying to find out. Now, I've got another recording a little further on here. Yeah, that should be it. All right.
Hi, Johnny. It's me, Karen.
All right, that should be enough. Here. Well, there's no doubt about it now. Completely different pattern. They were different people.
So now what?
Well, so now we have to get voice samples of 2 other people and see who did the impersonating. Through the good offices of the district attorney, that's what Tony's trying to do right now. That is, if he can overcome his fascination with the microphone we planted in his tie clip.
Testing. Testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing. Testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing, 1.
You know, they've got no right to question us.
So tell that to the lieutenant next time he breezes through. Why don't you threaten him with using all your contacts at City Hall?
I can figure it out. Karen kills herself, the police say it's suicide, and suddenly the district attorney gets us together for questioning. I just can't figure it out.
Hi. Tony Novello. Thank you. Hi. How are you? May I sit down, please?
Go ahead.
Thank you.
The district attorney called you down here, too?
Sure. How are you?
Do you know why they're suddenly asking us so many questions?
Well, there could be many reasons. What kind of question did they ask you?
Oh, the usual.
Delaney told us not to talk about it.
What difference does it make?
I still don't think they do this with a suicide. Not question everyone who's had a few minutes alone with her.
Lila, are you going to stay in the business as a designer, I mean?
Yeah. How can you be so sure?
Please?
I wasn't talking to you. I was talking to Lila.
Yes, I know, but I didn't understand you.
I was wondering why she's so sure. She's staying on.
Lila, why are you living like that?
Well, because I refuse to listen to that pathetic woman talking like she's got some kind of leverage over me when she's the one who's in trouble.
Okay.
I was wondering why she's so sure. She's staying on.
Now, let's see. Rama, could I have the graph of the impersonation, please?
Here.
Thank you. Now, let's see how they match up.
The ultimate victory of the machine age. It gives you a motor.
Well, an accomplice anyway, Emil. No woman would have had the strength to drown Karen, push her head underwater, and then carry her body to the beach. But if we find this woman, well, she may lead us to the accomplice.
Ah, I guessed right. I am outside our building. Yes. Yes.
Hi, Johnny. It's me, Karen. I want to talk to you, Johnny. But you're not there. Too much. Too much pressure. Too much much for me, anyway. I just can't take it anymore. I've had it.
Woodruff. The tape they played, it was the call I made to him. Well, you don't seem worried.
Look at us. What an unlikely pair of killers. A fashion designer and a guy who wanted to get out a great dress at $29.95. A few things go wrong, and we're Bonnie and Clyde.
We did what we had to do.
We did what no one has to do. I mean, what was the big threat? I'd lose my business? Karen would find out it was you feeding me the designs? Okay, so you'd be blackballed as a designer. We'd get different jobs. No. We had to kill her.
Now, what do we do now?
Now? Now, baby, we surrender.
Get the man.
Look, I form paddles. The next time, I will handle machines, and you can have this, right? Nothing to say?
Tony, I make it a practice never to say anything to angry Italians who make puddles.
Here we go. Pancakes and blueberry syrup for my best bride on her birthday.
Great, honey. But can't I just eat and... What's the... Cat. What are you doing now?
Oh, the pajamas. After all, it's your birthday.
And these are my pajamas. So, don't forget the Clorox bleach.
Oh, but this enzyme detergent is supposed to be great on stains all by itself.
Look, I've tried enzymes, and I say you still need Clorox. Now, if I
Okay,
was to...
okay, go ahead and add the Clorox. I'm gonna put an extra quarter in this machine. Wash the top my way, without Clorox.
How do you like your enzyme wash?
Not as good as yours.
Well, Clorox just got out dirt and stains the enzyme detergent left in.
Holy cow. I gotta get upstairs. Your birthday cake's in the oven.
Next, I'm my friend Tony.
Try to play both sides of the fence, and you don't wind up with any friends anywhere.
Sit
Action, Bart. And I'm Tony Novello. Woodruff and Novello. We work glove-hand with the police. We are your friends.
Fletcher. Larry.
What are you doing? Leave him alone. That's the friend I was talking with you. That's it.
Tony, I've been talking to the district attorney.
Good.
Excuse me, sir. I just wanted to say that I think you're a pig.
You said he started. He started with who?
I told you. The mafia.
Keep talking, Tony.
You are taking money from the gangsters, sir.
You hear that, Johnny? He's calling me a crooked cop.
Let's go.
Did you give him a bad grade?
No. It's all right. They must be on stakeout.
No, we're not on stakeout. You're coming with me.
Some things don't happen on the first try. Take Del Monte pineapple. It took years of fiddling and fussing before we had a canned pineapple so juicy that it's now one of our most swinging success stories.
Del Monte pineapple, one of Del Monte's 174 success stories.
What a good time. What a good time for a Kent. Hey, hey, what a good time. The good taste of Kent was meant for a day like today.
Right now, wouldn't a Kent cigarette taste good? You just light up and let the good taste happen.
What a good time for a Kent.
The following program is brought to you in living color on NBC.